What up, guys? Getting around to doing Mint's showcase, but of course summons for good luck. And by summons, I mean one summon, Neon. I still have 4 days, damn. Will I get an SSR? Find out next time. Nope. Yeah, okay, next time for sure. Anyways, I built her up per usual. I didn't mean to click that. Let's see if I can find her. Oh, that is not, that is not her. God damn it. There she is. Alright, I built her up normally, just like a couple levels in the doll. I did Overlord gear. I didn't care about any rolls, so like, I just did it once and got what I got, which is not good. But I mean, you know, I don't think she's going to be doing any damage. Realistically, she's just going to be a supporter. So, you know, I did 777 here. Should I put a cube on her, actually? You know what? While I'm here, I think I'll put the... No, not this one. I want to put this potency. Who has this? I mean, I can take this off for now. I'll just have to remember to put it back later. I don't think giving her like an important cube is a good idea. She's not going to do any damage. I think, at least. I mean, I don't know. Hey, maybe she might do tons of damage. We'll see. Alright. I'm thinking we'll do 2 teams. We'll do this one with type advantage, but first we'll do this one. Mainly her support is... Oh, speaking of which, this is going to be the Wank Rapioff team. Real quick, actually. Mainly her support is... Or at least the most important part of our support is this right here. The crit rate up, projectile explosion damage, and then pierce. She gives pierce support, which is very nice. And also, I mean, right here, crit damage up. Ooh, wait, she'll be really good with Eve. Oh, wait, this is crit damage. I mean, if you can get this crit rate up buff, Eve does a lot of stuff with bonus crit rate. Obviously, that procs her, like, things a bit better. Wait, actually, that's pretty good. Let me go into this while I keep yapping, but it's actually pretty good that she released with Eve. Yeah, that's very interesting. I think best case scenario would be, honestly, you do run this Mint with Eve. Because, so Eve, I guess it's kind of what I'm doing with the next team, with the Wank Rapioff team. Eve's main thing, I'll double check it, but the thing that she does to make the enemy take more damage is dependent on how many crits she does. So, I mean, having her built with like perma crit on her overload gear, and then I mean giving her crit rate support is pretty good here. Also, I'm pretty sure, I think this is her second burst, correct? She should be getting the dancing, right? No. Sing together. It's this one, right? No. What is... Let's sing together. That's her burst, right? Yes. She should be getting dancing. I'm pretty sure, by the way, it's not like alternative. I'm pretty sure it's once you get the singing, or not singing, the dancing, like, thingy-mabobber, you just perma get dancing whenever you get it. Because this reads, let's see, blah, blah, blah. If dancing status, she gets singing. And if she's not assigned anything, she gets dancing. So it doesn't take away the... No. Oh my god, I can't read. If she doesn't have dancing, she gets singing. But if she doesn't have dancing, she will get dancing, if that makes sense. So it doesn't take away dancing, it looks like. And I think she just gets it permanently on her second. But if you do a rotation without bursting with her, that's when you start losing all that stuff. Is essentially what I'm trying to say. Okay, this is a singing effect. She doesn't have dancing yet for some reason. Maybe it's next time? But I was under the assumption that the second burst is when it does. Or does that happen at the end? I think it happens at the end. Okay, let's quickly check now. Okay, she still has dancing, which, I mean, it's not too bad. She's getting the HP regen. But we need her in singing status to get the good stuff. Oh, no, singing status is the good stuff, right? I'm so confused, actually, now. Maybe they need to make this a little more clear. Maybe I'm just stupid. Yeah, singing is the thing I want. God damn it. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, once we get singing status, we'll get this. Activating when entering burst stage 3 while in assigned part singing status. And currently, we just have dancing. Next time we burst, though, should be in the singing, right? Because we have dancing, So next time we burst, we should be singing. Let's see if this happens. This is like so wonky, but honestly, with some of these units that are wonky like this, or not wonky, they're just like kind of confusing. We should get singing, right? Yeah, right here. There we go. And I think now that we have singing, attacks with full charge within assigned parts, not that one. This one, attacks with full charge, affects all allies with the singing effect. Oh, here we go. Yeah, now we're getting this. Okay. So, now everybody should be getting that part of that buff. Okay, I was under the assumption that you wouldn't be healing past like the first thing. But I guess in this case you would keep both of them. Okay, now that we did this, does she have dancing now permanently? Oh no, it is like alternate. Like now she doesn't have the dancing thingy. Or not the dancing, the singing. God damn it. Wait, no, it's right here. Singing effect. But I don't see... Yeah, singing effect is the thing that gives you the buffs. And fantastical performance should be the thing that gives you the other stuff. Correct? Activates when entering blah blah blah. Fantastical performance. And I don't see it. Maybe it's everybody else? No. Okay. I think that part is the thing that alternates. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty confusing. And I keep getting singing and dancing mixed up. I'm just like tripping. Anyways, look at how Mint looks though. Damn! Okay, she bursted again. I know this is kind of wonky, me going back and forth, but I have to check this, bro. Yeah, now we get fantastical performance. Okay, no, so it does alternate. Which is kind of weird. So, who is getting these buffs? Snow White, then? And she bursted second. Okay, so maybe the move would be, like, you burst with her, and then you burst with, like, whoever your quote-unquote off-rotation burst 3 is. And then you want to main burst... Oh my god, what the hell? Never mind. I was going to say you want to main burst with Rappy because she'll be getting Rappy, like, the support and stuff. Okay, so I think I should burst with... What's her face? Eve first. Yeah, it looks like she's not doing any damage, but I feel like she gave a decent amount of support. Alright, let's check the real team. Let's see how this works. Jesus Christ, this fucking thing is confusing. And it doesn't help that sometimes this game is like making units that have absolute paragraphs of text on the screen. Alright, let's... Oh my god, Eve is so fine. Dude, I need to fucking play Stellar Blade a little bit more on the new PC. Dang it. Because the old fucking PC I was using, I don't know if you guys remember when I was streaming, but I was playing on the most like dog shit settings because that graphics card only had, I think, 8 gigabytes of RAM for like the graphics card or whatever, right? The VRAM, I believe it's called, on graphics cards. And I mean, Stellar Blade, I think the base requirements is 8 gigabytes, so I was running on like the lowest setting, and it didn't help that I was trying to stream, so it was just like permafuck. I think now it would look good though, so I kind of want to check that out, especially with some mods. The problem is, I'm pretty sure I talked about this before because I always mention it, but I really don't like the like post-game thingies on Stellar Blade. I don't like how they handle it. Because, like, it locks you out of doing some of the side quests when you're in a specific part of the game. And it's like, dude, why not just revert it back to before that part where it locks you out so that I can do the fishing minigame and then everything else is unlocked and I can do, like, whatever the fuck, right? Especially for people who, like, bought the DLC but after they beat the whole game, right? It kind of defeats the purpose. At least that's what I think, but whatever. I'm curious to see if I can do some shenanigans in the poison guy fight with Crown and Mint. I was under the assumption that you don't want to run her at all if you're not going to be main bursting with her. I mean, Rappy did a decent amount of damage here. I feel like this will be a bit more better in bossing though. But I feel like her support is going to be really good. That projectile explosion, I mean, she gives pierce support, bro. Like, that'll go really hard. Oh, and I think the move also is using her on a team with like Miranda. So this might be kind of scuffed, but honestly doing something like this and then maybe you won't be using Rappy. Maybe you'll be using like this and then I mean maybe you can do like Where's Alice? Like this maybe? And then Killer Wife probably for your CDR. Killer Wife for like Moron. Like something like this would probably go really hard on the Solar Raid. Maybe swap out Alice for like someone else who might get really good help with that Pierce support. But I mean, maybe Asuka or hang on, on top of my head, I don't know who really cooks with Pierce support. I mean, I think Snow White's probably the best cooker with Pierce support nowadays, right? Yeah, I mean, I feel like something like this for your 4th Solar Raid team is gonna cook like really hard. Anyways, let's go into the Poison Guy fight and see how Mint does there. Alright, I decided to do this. We're going to be doing some limit testing to see how useful she is as a off rotation, or like a semi on rotation, I guess. Here's the game plan. I want to use Crown's Burst when this guy does the poison, so that Crown's Shield can just tank that, because that's just pretty broken. And then every other scenario, I want to just use Mint and do some bullshit. I think that might be the best case scenario. So, let's see. She's going to be healing constantly, so I mean, she's going to be a pretty good procer of Crown's support. So, there'll be that. Alright, let's use Mints first. Oh, I wanted to use... Okay, actually, let me do that again. If we're going to be doing this Mint tech, I think I should burst second with Rappy. So that essentially I can get that like support with the Pierce and whatnot with Rappy, because it's kind of like on the second proc of Mint's burst and stuff. It's kind of wonky, but hey, screw it. She should be healing right here pretty nicely. I mean, she's healing decently, Eve right here. It's not that substantial, but I mean, she is healing. It's what, like 1 thingy or something? Oh, I think I got it, right? Yeah, nice. Dude, look at Crown's shield, bro. It's so broken. You can just face tank like all this bullshit. I figured that this is probably the best way to use Crown's shield in this fight. Before, I used to tank the, like, big fucking wave or whatever that he throws before he does the poison, but I'm pretty sure it's just better to use the Crown shield for the poison. Okay, let's see. It should be Mint's healing that procs it, correct? Let's see. I guess the potency helps. Or actually not, because I don't think she does the healing, right? It's like everybody's kind of heals themselves based off Manic's HP, correct? Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, dancing effect. Restores HP by 1% per second. I mean, it's a slow, like, regen, but it is active, like, every second, and it is giving Crown that part of that passive, right? What is that buff again? I don't remember what it is off the top of my head, but yeah, it's this one right here. 21%-ish when she gets healed. So, I mean, that support is just going to be up the whole time, which is going to be very nice. Yeah, we should be proccing Mints like bullshit pretty regularly, even though I am kind of using Crown. I guess Crown is the off rotation this time, but I mean, even Crown being there is giving support because she's getting perma-heal. Okay, yeah, this heal is not too bad. It's not the craziest, but I mean, it's not too bad. It is just pretty low percentage, right? Oh, there goes my cover. Hopefully I don't need that. Okay, now I have to burst with Crown, though. Okay, we'll do that. And then, I mean, I feel like as long as you get your 2 bursts in, and then you go Crown in this situation, it's actually not too bad. Let me do this. Yeah, this is not too bad. I do think... I mean, having Helm here is what I usually run. I feel like that's just strictly better, unfortunately. Ow, it hurts! Don't do that. Oh, this is where I start dying to this guy. Once this dude puts some of these poisons up, I just cannot break them. Actually, I think Crown's dead here. That's unfortunate. Oh, it's not. Oh, I didn't even know that stuns. I guess I never get hit by that. Uh-oh. This is cooked, though. Okay, I'm definitely dead now. I didn't know that stunned. I'm not gonna lie. I fought this guy so much, I forgot that stuns. Okay, well, that was kind of unfortunate, but... I mean, I feel like I got a pretty decent showing on Mint's healing. Mint's healing was actually not the worst. I mean, Rappy did a lot of damage here because she wanked off. I think I will see a better showing in a solo raid. Do we have a solo raid coming up? I don't think so. I did use her on a boss against, what was it? The train guy in the co-op raid. Not the co-op raid, the union raid. I was doing that a little bit. And honestly, she did pretty well in there. Yeah. Okay. I mean, this is not too bad. For a regular unit, already I feel like it's not too bad. I'll go into some campaign sessions and then we'll finish up. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, I probably should have used Anise in the practice tool thingamabobber as the burst one instead of Siren. The thing though, I wanted to use Siren, obviously, once I had Light Crown and then I put Eve, right? Because, I mean, unfortunately, you know, Siren cooks pretty hard with a lot of machine gun characters, and I mean, everyone who dumps a lot of bullets, right? Which wouldn't really help in this case, right? When I have only Rappy to do that. But hey, I mean, the boss that I was doing, everybody had a lot of ammo dump except Mint, so, you know. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I don't think she's broken, but I do think she's solid, especially for a regular unit release, considering the last regular unit that released was Snow Crane and she was pretty ass. Yeah, no. I will take a win when they give it to me, okay? I'm not going to be greedy. Especially when I always use Sora as an example of a regular unit that releases that's fucking worthless. So, you know, there's that. Which, honestly, it's kind of fucked up, bro. If you really think about it, the person who I should be comparing that to is, what's-her-face, Flora. Because at the very least, Sora's a baddie, and she gets a lot of screen time. Flora gets fuck all nothing, bro. I guess, and Trina, but, you know, Trina is useful for, like, some crackhead teams with, what's-her-face, Scarlet, the normal Scarlet. But, dude, I can't say the same about Flora. Flora's just got the shaft. Imagine if your favorite character is Flora right now, dude. You're, like, actually so down bad. Like, almost as bad as Epinel fans, but, I mean, Epinel fans, I feel like, are the most abused people in the world, unfortunately. Or maybe, Papillon fans, actually. You guys had her introduced in the campaign really early, and then she's just has nothing. Like, she actually has nothing. It's so mean. Dude, it has to be her that will release soon. They mentioned, like, a long-awaited character in the dev notes, the last one I read, and it has to be her, bro. Like, if it's not her, at this point it's personal, bro. Anyways, I think that's enough showing for Mint. But yeah, from the looks of it, definitely don't prioritize her, like, overload gear and stuff like that. Definitely prioritize her skills before, I would say. I mean, she didn't do, like, any fucking damage, which isn't surprising. I mean, she literally has nothing for damage in her kits. It's just all support, which honestly, I'll take all support. You already know me, baby. Unfortunately, the shield, or not the shield, the heal is a little meh. I wish she had a shield, but I mean, maybe that'd be a little too good. Even in itself, this support is really nice. It is, though, like an alternating thing, though, which I didn't think was a thing. I originally thought it was alternating because I thought she would lose dancing and then get singing. Yeah, get singing and lose dancing, and then she'll get dancing back and then singing. But it looks like she perma has dancing, and then on every other burst she gains singing, sorry. God damn, this is so confusing. But she'll gain the singing, and then she'll get this part of her passive and stuff. Jesus Christ, it's so confusing. Oh, actually, hold on. Was there an indicator on the screen that showed either dancing or singing? I don't remember. I wasn't even paying attention, god damn it. If there isn't, they should add one of those. Kind of like how you see Neon's charge in game, like in her shooting pose, you can see like the little bar. They should do that. Maybe they did and I'm just blind, but... Anyways, yeah. For overload gear, I would not recommend prioritizing her at all. You have way more important stuff to prioritize. If anything, just maybe upgrade them just for the stats and that's it. I mean, if you really want to be like anal about it, maybe give her some max HP. That'll help heal herself with this part of her passive, but like, it's not that important. If you want to do damage, I mean, attack elemental is just the normal, but she's not going to be doing any damage, so definitely not worth, I would say. Let's see, for cube, honestly, I do think the potency is probably the best. Maybe max HP, because I'm pretty sure this reads the caster's max HP, correct? The caster's max... Wait, no. Would this count as Mint as the caster, her max HP? I think whenever they mean the casters, it's like individually affected by like the person it's affected on, if that makes sense. So like the whole team, let's say for example, it was the team I was running in the Ultra fight, the poison guy. The effect for Crown, this one is going to be different than like Rappy's because both of them have different max HPs, and that's going to be different than Eve, and that's going to be different than Mint's, like yada yada yada. I think that's how it's supposed to work with this like caster's final max HP. I'm pretty sure. Honestly, it's always been kind of confusing. So, you know, because I think that's the case, because I'm pretty sure everybody gets this effect. And that's why I think it procs differently, because if it didn't, then it would just be Mint getting this effect and like healing everybody, I think. But anyways, I think that's everything. For the tower, honestly, she's going to be really useful for the tower. I think Tetra Tower has been kind of fucked for a while. And I think now with, I mean, Annis, and we got Mint here, and I feel like we're going to get Prika pretty soon. I think the Tetra Tower is looking pretty nice. Yeah, like, who are you using Burst 1? Actually, Moran, never mind. But that was actually very recent too, so that doesn't even count either. Before Moran, who were you using as Burst 1? Rogue? Yeah, it was like Rogue, Velvet, these two probably. And, I mean, Summer Rosanna if you have her, I guess. I think Summer Annis is still pretty decent, but like she's not gonna give anybody real crazy support. And I mean, Alice is still like okay, I'd say. But yeah, like I feel like this is pretty bare bones. After Moran and I mean Annis and Mint here, I think we're gaming. I mean, you can still run Milk as your main hitter. I think that would work just fine, but I do think this is a help compared to before, where I feel like we had 0 options for the Tetra Tower. It was kind of grieved. Granted, I don't really push the Tetra Tower, so it's not like I would know entirely, but hey, I mean, that is a thing. I like using it for skin showcases, man. It's not like I can push it, dude. What if I have to do some skin showcases for like a really terrible unit, bro? They're just gonna get one shot. I can't even look at the pretty skins in that case, bro. What the heck? That kind of defeats the purpose, man. Anyways, I think that is it. Pretty good showing by Mint, honestly. Compared to, you know, regular releases, I think she'll be pretty useful for like solo raids, 3rd, 4th team. I think the main use will be on like that Treasure Miranda team I was showing you guys right there. I think that's probably gonna be the best case scenario. The problem though that I foresee is against very oppressive bosses. You're gonna have to work around that with, I mean, I don't know, maybe you can bring, maybe you can bring like Ada. Ada will heal, but only burst 3s though. Let's see, if you want to use a burst 1 that'll heal, I don't think there's a consistent healing burst 1 that'll kind of help this team. You probably will be fine with Mint's healing, as long as the boss isn't too grieved. But, I mean, also, I really don't like how she calls me kitten, bro. She sounds like a Discord mod, bro. Mint, let's be for real, brother. But, goddamn, I lost my train of thought because she said that, goddamn it. Oh yeah, useful on that part of the solo raid as like a 4th, 5th team with the Miranda is probably going to be her best use, which does have value, okay? I definitely don't want to undersell that. However, that being said, I don't think you should summon. She's just going to be put into the regular pool and you'll be able to wishlist her after she's gone. And also, I mean, there's literally limited units that are ongoing with Eve, and then next week Raven's going to come out. And then like in 2 months, we're going to get the summer limiteds and a lot of the reruns for the summer. So I would say definitely skip her and save for those two. I would definitely still say you want to get at least 1 copy of Dorothy when she reruns, from the looks of it. Because, I mean, the shotgun team is a very nice, just like 3rd team to have in your back pocket for solo raid, okay? I keep using it, and the more I use it, I'm like, dude, this is just so free to just have a nice team for a solo raid that'll at least do a decent amount of damage, so that if you need the help, I mean, you can try to get your top 10% to get those rewards, or I mean, just another team to throw at, so you can try to clear like the max stages and get the dolls from just like the regular rewards in the solo raid. But not too shabby from Mint. Definitely some wonkiness though in that damn part of the alternating fucking pass. I just kept singing and dancing over and over. I don't even know which one I meant. But not too bad. But I think that is everything for Mint here. Let me know what you guys think about Mint, and if you summon for her, let me know how that went and how you find her in your teams. And if you want to support the channel, subscribing and sharing is very appreciated. And I will catch you guys later.